What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Debrief. Today I've got Robin on my channel. Robin is a mum of 4. A couple of her kids are on the spectrum as well, so we're going to talk about them having additional needs and just delve into it all. Love you guys. Check in, make sure you're subscribing, and let me know what else you want to see on this series. I love you guys. Peace, middle-aged. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Debrief. I'm here with Robin. How you feeling, Robin?
Good, thank you.
Good. She's here.
Thanks for having me.
She's all the way from where? Where are you from?
Cornwall.
She's come all the way from Cornwall for me. For only me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're here with Robin. Robin's got 4. She's got 4 children. Not 1. Not 2. I'm just showing that I can do maths. She's got 4 children. She's got 1 set of twins.
Yeah.
And 2 boys.
Yeah. Boy either side. Twins
And
in
then
the middle.
two girls.
Yeah.
How, because you know I huff and puff having 2. How?
I don't know.
You don't know how you're doing it?
Winging it.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day.
Yeah.
Um.
And just taking it in your stride.
Yeah.
So your oldest son is 10,
Yeah.
right? So how was your first pregnancy?
The pregnancy was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But your first, you don't know what's to come.
Yeah.
So I was just merrily going
Yeah.
about my pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
The birth was horrendous.
Yeah. Also, hold on. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
You were 20.
Yeah, 19.
You were 19.
Was I?
You're 30?
I got pregnant at 19. Yeah, I had him at 20.
20. How was that? Because young mum.
Yeah. No, I think that made it
Easier.
I just drifted through. I didn't care.
No, I hear you. I think when you're older, you're a bit more aware.
Yeah, I was not aware.
Yeah.
I was just,
Did you have any friends around you that were pregnant?
No.
You was the only one?
Yeah, and I moved. So I was in London.
Mm-hmm.
I fell pregnant.
Yeah.
And I wanted to move back closer to my mum.
Yeah.
Because I thought if anyone's
Yeah. Yeah.
So I moved back. But yeah, the pregnancy was easy.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
My body done it all.
Yeah. Just left her to do it. Do you know what I mean?
I lived on Snickers.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah. But labour, do not recommend. 0-star rating.
I love that you're saying that, and you've got three. Yeah. You've got a couple more. Just a couple.
Yeah.
Couple more. So what was horrific about it? Also, I think it's so important to have these conversations. This is why I said I need to do a mum series, because you get all of this like, pregnancy is just amazing, and you just woosah, you do your hot yoga with all the mums and but it's like some women don't enjoy pregnancy. Mm-mm. Some women find pregnancy liberating, amazing, and then there are other mothers who have really traumatic labors.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to have that conversation because you don't feel alone, you know? So talk to me. How was your labor? Was you full term?
I was 38 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Induced labour.
I was
That's
induced.
why it's hell.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not nice. And no one told me what happened in induced labour. I was going to NCT, and that is very much never get an epidural.
Yeah.
Do it all your breathing.
Yeah.
No. 112 hours. I remember it, and I remember it because it was like a trauma. PTSD. No, I don't have PTSD.
No, but you
112 hours.
But you must have a little bit of PTSD.
From the time whatever it was, pessary? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
To when he exited.
Mm-hmm. The venue.
112 hours. And I would,
112. Can someone do the maths? Get out a calculator.
That's a lot of days.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was in
I mean, if there's 24 hours in one day, I mean...
Yeah.
Crikey.
And I was absolutely drained.
I can imagine.
And I didn't...
So it took days for the
I think we tried, because in the end I had that
balloon.
Pitocin. No, not the balloon, where it's the drip into the back.
Yep.
And that brought it on thick and fast.
Oh my gosh.
And then I had the epidural because it was so painful. But it just completely wiped me out. And when he actually did arrive, I no longer cared.
Yeah.
was like, I can meet you tomorrow. You let me sleep. Tea and toast. I had tea and toast in the hospital.
Probably the driest
and
toast.
I thought,
yeah.
You can wait another day. We don't know each other.
I completely hear it. Because you're exhausted, and then they put the baby on top of you, and they're like, "Here, be a mother."
Yeah, and
Goodbye.
I was like,
literally, that was me. I was literally just like, "And what am I supposed to do now?"
Yeah,
tits are out, everything's out, everyone's just staring. Someone's doing something down there that I can't really fathom.
I was in stirrups. I was literally
legs pulled.
Open for the open for the world.
Yeah, for the world.
Out of action,
literally.
but open.
Yeah, out of action.
Yeah.
I am finished. So wow. So did you stay in hospital after?
Yeah, I think I stayed in. I feel like it was 2 days with Sonny.
Everything's a blur.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. And because I've had better experiences since.
That's good.
I think.
Yeah.
I've pushed those.
Yeah, and it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, so it's kind of even thinking about it, you're like, did that happen? Did it happen? What happened?
Yeah.
So your postpartum, that word for me is always, postpartum. Your journey after you had him, how was that? Traumatic?
I wet myself a lot.
I still do.
I still do, but now I can feel that. But I literally had no
control.
Like I stayed with my mum. After.
Yeah.
And I could be walking and I'd.
Yeah.
Mum.
Yeah.
I wet myself.
Yeah,
again.
because it's like.
I had no. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that because of the epidural or just
I don't know.
in general?
Because I was stitched up after Sonny.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some damage done. Bless him.
Little guy just come in. Yeah. Come in and he's like.
He didn't mean to.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, I think that was just it wasn't nice. I was absolutely exhausted. I was anemic.
Wow.
And stayed with my mum.
Yeah.
She helped a lot in
Yeah.
that first week.
Yeah.
But honestly, it is all a blur with Sonny.
Yeah.
And I love Sonny now.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Sonny, you're all right.
You're a cool lad. Yeah.
But I didn't know the whole from birth until he was like, I don't know how old, I didn't have fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't my best life.
Yeah. Because I think even from birth to 6 months, absolute blur.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, you're actually moving and you're doing things.
Yeah.
But you're still like, wow, like you actually came out of me.
Yeah.
And then it's like 6 months to a year. They're just like boom, 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 milestones, doing all this stuff, sitting up, all this stuff. And it's still kind of like, you're still adjusting. Mm-hmm. It's still like, even, I remember when I first left the house with my first son, I actually had to bring a bag with me with his things. Couldn't absolutely believe it. I remember I went to IKEA with no bag. Yeah. I was even breastfeeding. I had no muslin. I had nothing. And I remember thinking, that's when I noticed I'm a mom.
Like there's a whole human.
There's a whole human who's waiting.
That doesn't just follow.
No.
You have to.
I'm in charge of doing it all.
Yeah.
And people looked for me for answers.
Yeah.
So that was like a shift where I was like, whoa. And I remember my mum asking me, and I've said this on every single episode I've done of this mum series, where something was. And I was looking at her like, and you're asking me because why?
Yeah.
Who am I to this child? I'm his mum. So cool. You had a 2-year-old. Your first son was 2, maybe 3.
Sonny was 2.
Yeah.
When I was. Yeah.
Pregnant again.
So I had Sonny was still 2. I had the girls in the October. Mm-hmm. Sonny turned 2 in the November. So Sonny was 23 months.
Yeah.
And I had the twins.
How was that? I feel like Robin is so calm, guys. I was saying this to her before we even started filming. I'm like, if I had 4 kids and 2 of them were twins, I would just come and I'd be like, hello, hi.
It's because I'm 300 miles away from
them.
them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know Dad's got it.
Yeah.
Back in Cornwall. Dad's in charge.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I'm living.
You're just chilling.
Yeah. I'm going shopping after.
No, I love that. I love that for you. So cool. You found out you were pregnant. How was that, finding out that you were pregnant with twins?
Okay. So my eldest has a different dad.
Yeah.
So when we found out we were pregnant with twins, it was obviously my other half's first. And when I met him, he said, I don't want children I already had one. He knew that.
Yeah,
It wasn't like catfish.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
He was like, I don't want children. I do not want to get married. So we've got 4 and I'm married.
Oh, how the tables...
And I've been married 8 years.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So
how the tables changed.
So when we found out, I didn't feel I didn't feel right. I did not feel right. But not because I thought we was twins, but I thought I was going to miscarry.
Okay.
Because I had experienced that previously.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So I was like, well, this is not right. I was panic mode. So we booked a private scan. So we went along to the private scan. And I remember my other half saying to the woman, sonographer.
I don't know. The woman who looks at the screen and says...
the scanny lady.
Yeah.
She was like, oh. And he went, oh, don't tell me there's 3. Joking. And she went, no, but there is 2. And honestly, we looked at each other. And we just didn't, there was nothing.
Yeah.
It was silence. And it was silence from when we left, we got in the car. And we were both like... And then that whole week, I was like, 1 minute I was crying, and the next minute I was laughing hysterically. Me with twins, 3, me with twins. Yeah. And but it sunk in. Yeah. We announced it to the family on April Fool's Day because we like being.
I am actually finished.
We like being difficult.
And what did they say?
Obviously, they were like, oh, yeah. I was like, no,
seriously.
Announce a pregnancy for April Fool's is no, it's not a joke. You can't do that. Like, we actually are.
You can't do that. But here we are.
Yeah. But so we announced to everyone that we was having twins.
Yeah.
And they're identical twins. So it was a bit more high risk because they shared everything.
Okay. How did you feel finding out? Did you find out they were girls or did you wait till?
No, we did find out. And I think I had, because it was twins and because I was like, anxious. Yeah. We had a lot more private in between. Yeah. So I think we found out quite early. Yeah. Maybe 16 weeks. Okay. That we was having girls. Yeah.
How did that feel?
Yeah. Good. I had a boy and I didn't mind.
Yeah.
I didn't mind.
Yeah. That's good because I think sometimes when you have a certain gender first, you're kind of like, okay, the next one has to, not every woman is like that, but with my second, I was like, it's going to be a boy.
Yeah. The thing is, everyone says that boys are more chilled than girls, but I didn't have that experience.
Yeah.
With Sonny wasn't. So it made it's not like I was worried about having girls.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And it was fine. The pregnancy it wasn't awful. It was hard because I had really bad SPD. I remember being on the floor, sat down, Mark was at work. I'd sat down on the floor to watch TV or whatever I was doing. I could not get back up. And I had to ring him. He worked like 40 minutes away. I had to ring him to come back home to pick me up off the floor.
Yeah, that's not
I could not move.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been times where when I would sit down, and I didn't even have, what you had, but there'd be times when I sat down and would have to have all the snacks around me because I wasn't moving for the next couple of hours.
No, It's just, everything's exhausting.
And you're carrying 2 as well. So it's even more of a strain on all your body parts. And you had a epidural with your first son. So that also plays a part in...
No, it messes your back up. It does mess your back up.
Yeah. So you had 3 under...
I had 3 under 3.
Can you just say that a little bit louder?
3 under 3.
Is her mic on? 3 under 3.
3 under 3. It was...
Now, were they in the... because that's my next question. Yeah. So you had 3 under 3, and was your partner back at work?
Yeah, so he used to work in a factory. He works from home now, which is...
Godsend.
Yes. But he went back to work. Did do nursery. What was 15 hours you get? He was in nursery.
Which is like 2 days.
Yeah, it was nothing. Yeah. But the girls were easy. Everyone thinks I'm mad when I say this. The girls were my easiest babies ever.
Really?
Because they slept together until they were 1, as in the same cot. Yeah. And they only knew each other. They had always comforted each other. Yeah. And they were just easy. You get into the routine for the feeding and stuff. People do it differently. Some people do 1 at a time. I used to wake them both up. Yeah. And...
Yeah, bottles with the cushions underneath. Yeah. I used to have like a feeding pillow for like a twin. So I had like it's an M. Yeah. 1 in each side, bottles in. Yeah. And put them back down together. Yeah.
But they were easy. They weren't, I don't remember them ever being like really
fussy.
not fussy babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, obviously I don't know, but I'm assuming that like when you already have one and your seconds are twins, it's kind of like you don't have that like first child thing where you're like, oh my God, am I doing right? Because you're kind of like, you've got your son, you're like, he's alive. He's,
yeah.
You know, I did something right there. So it kind of gives you the confidence to be like, you know, they're not going to be small for long.
Yeah.
This kind of thing, like when they're newborn, it's going to kind of like, you know, they're going to grow up and stuff. I found it hard when my son started walking.
Push them back down.
Yeah.
Because that is when it starts.
Yeah.
Well, when they sit up, really. But the rolling, when they just roll away so quickly.
Roll away like tumbleweed.
1 minute you put them there and then they're over
Literally.
there on their bellies.
But even then I can control that. Because you can then just drag them back and then just put some cushions. Put some cushions around them. When they're like toddlers and they're in sockets, they want to eat batteries. They want to eat whatever, all the things that could cause them harm, they want to eat, and then they get angry at you for saving their life.
They're like drunk people, mini drunk people.
Yeah.
It's like, hurting them.
Yeah. So how was that, like having them as toddlers as well?
I feel like, when they first started walking, we were in Thailand.
Wow.
Not with them. We left them at home.
I love that.
Not on their own.
You and your partner went to Thailand, just you two?
So I was pregnant with Ted when they started, because they walked quite late. They were twins. They do everything a bit, most twins do everything a bit more delayed.
Yeah.
And I just remember getting a message from my mum saying they've pushed your TV over. Like they had both doubled. Yeah. They got together, behind, pushed the telly off. But you just have to adapt your whole house. Like you live.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Like
what's decor? What is it?
Exactly.
Candles?
No.
Candles
and plants. I literally had a sofa, toys.
Yeah.
And that is, that's how we lived for a long time.
Yeah. And I think once you start to like, your house is now baby proof, kiddie proof, like all these things is very minimal. Like you said, like it's just their space. Yeah. Everything that you have is for them, basically. Yeah. So so I think once you do that, it's kind of easier to be like, oh, they broke that. Okay. Yeah. It's like, I shouldn't have put that there. Yeah. You kind of.
And I've just started now they're a bit older, buying nice things or having like a vase, and then it will get smashed. Yeah. And I think, no, not yet. Yeah. No. Or you put years.
Yeah.
Because now it's like footballs and stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And all of that. And it's just rough play. Yeah. Or just arguing and then just hitting things down. Yeah. Because we just put all the nice things up high. We have shelves and we put all the candles up high. When the kids go to bed, we bring them all down. Yeah. And then even then, they still find a way. Yeah. little terrorists you guys are if you're watching. So how was it? How was it going from, sorry, train of thought completely gone. How was it going from having no kids to now having your son to now having your daughters? Like the transition, how was that for you and your partner? Because you know, like when obviously you've got your first son, and you kind of like adapt. I feel like every time you have more kids, you kind of adapt to a different life every single time, right? So it's kind of like, you know, when you had your first son, you've only got one, right? So he could go to your mom's house, or if he's sleeping, you and your partner could have some time together, or whatever the case is, or you can have some time for yourself, self-care. How was that? How did that change? Like, what was the transition like for that? Like, did you find time? And it's a stupid question. I feel like it's a stupid question. I feel like I know the answer. But like, finding time for yourself, finding time for you and your partner. Yeah. Did you struggle with that? Was it something that you it took time for you to kind of get to? Yeah.
We go through phases. So sometimes I feel like we slip away from finding time for ourselves. Yeah. And then suddenly it will hit me and I'll be like, and I'll have a tantrum. Yeah. I'll have a tantrum. Like, I never get my hair done. I say to him, I never get my hair done, my eyelashes done. Yeah. Yeah. And then suddenly I'll do it all. Yeah. And I'll be like a new person. Yeah. I'm like, I've got my nails on. Yeah. Yeah. And then it just fades off. Yeah. And you have to keep reminding yourself.
Yeah. And I think it's normalizing that like, You see like how your kids will always have what they need, like their weekend clothes, or if it's sunny out, you'll be like, they need shorts. I need to go get them shorts now. Whereas with us, we kind of put things to the back of us and be like, that can wait. Or sometimes you don't even realize that you've put it to the back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've done your nails and you're like, oh, this is nice. And then it kind of like, the fun of it fizzles out because you've got to like dig out mud and all these other things that the kids have.
I was getting my like nails done regularly up until recently.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling guilty for 2 hours. Those 2 hours, I was thinking, Robin, you can those 2 hours that you're using for your nails, you could be doing this. You could be sorting this out. You're just sitting there in an house. So I stopped. And the money.
Yeah.
The money.
Yeah.
But you need to find ways. Like Mark and I, we're in a really good routine. We're quite strict with routine.
Yeah.
Kids are in bed at 7:30.
Yeah.
And that is from 7:30 till 9:30 because we are old.
Yeah.
It's just us. And whether that's just us scrolling on our phones.
Yeah. No, but do you know what? You said 9:30. You know, I thought you meant 9:30 the next day for the kids to sleep. I don't know because...
No. Because we go to bed at 9:30 in the evening.
No, and that is something that I need to work on. Like, no, honestly, you say you're old, but it's so important because me, last night I went to bed at 1. Why?
No, I couldn't do it.
Robin asked me why I went to bed at 1. I was just walking around. Just like, oh, that needs doing.
I saw you doing your shopping late night.
Yeah.
I'm not, no.
The kids literally had no nappies, no oat milk. Like, if my 3-year-old wakes up without his porridge on his table, he will have a fit. Literally. So I had to.
Yeah.
And because I'm here today and then the new week starts tomorrow, I was like, I have to do it. It's all these kind of things. Sorry. But we need to get me and Lloyd need to get into a routine of going to bed.
We love sleep. We just love sleep.
Yeah.
We love sleep. And I'm a horrible person.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people can survive with
But your
6
kids
hours.
are old, but your kids are older now. So it's like, you've done all of that sleepless nights.
And I can't because I am a horrible person. If I've got less than 8 hours, I'm a horrible person.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds like a luxury to a lot of people can't
have
8 hours sleep.
No, but if you've worked on their routine, you should be able to enjoy the you know what I mean, the luxuries of them going to bed. Because if you're tired, like me, like my kids sleep. I mean, the 1-year-old, God knows what he's doing in the middle of the night, but you know, consistently they sleep, right? So it's like, when I'm tired in the morning, I mean, I'm always tired, but when I'm like eyes burning, I can feel blood in my eyes, it's my fault because I didn't go to bed.
Yeah, but sometimes, so my other half goes out every Friday. He plays poker and he plays it every Friday at his poker club.
Bless him.
Yeah. It's nice to have a life.
Literally. Bless him.
He goes out, but then I think this is my evening. And I do get into the habit. Like if I go to bed at 11 and I'm like, why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why should I only have those 2 hours?
Yeah.
I want to sit and do nothing for 4 hours.
Yeah. I hear you.
I go to bed at 11 and then I hate myself because the next morning.
You're tired. Yeah. And because I think your body's used to you going to bed at a certain time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
last night was hard for me. I went to bed at 10:30 and I was gone. I was at my poor mum, happy 60th.
Yeah.
For my poor mum.
You're like, bye.
We have to celebrate. Yeah, bye, 10:30.
Yeah.
It's too late
Go
for me.
to bed.
I'm in.
No, I hear you. And that's good.
Yeah.
Your body's like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're used to a certain hour. Can you go to bed now? No, do you know what it is? If you know yourself, you know yourself. Like, you embrace it and you do what you got to do. So the mental load for you must be...
I struggle with it because
a lot.
I end up resenting my other half.
And
I don't...
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. But it is a little bit his fault.
Yeah. The reason I say it's not his fault is because I feel like I'm speaking as a whole for men. Because when we become mothers, sorry to cut you off, but when we become mothers, the mental load is instantly put into us. Yeah. And it's not something that we can switch off. And I think sometimes they think we can. Because sometimes I'll vent to Lloyd.
I'm not purposely thinking...
I'll vent to Lloyd and he'll be like, it'll be all right. And I'm like, if only if it was that easy. Just you see that little switch here? Just to turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I struggle because if my other half hasn't thought of something, then I get annoyed. Yeah. And I think, how can you not have thought of that? And why is it now down to me to think of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is so chilled out. He is so laid back and so chilled out.
Yeah.
And so it must be, yeah. But I struggle.
Yeah.
I struggle with the mental load. I struggle with having to think of every scenario and everything that goes with that scenario.
Yeah.
But this weekend away was quite easy.
Yeah.
Because he's there.
Yeah.
He's still working, but he's working from home.
Okay.
So he's just the chaos around him.
Yeah.
He can switch it out.
Yeah.
Just, tune
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just things like Breakfast Club. I've got to book Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I've got to book After School Club.
Yeah.
Have we got enough milk for the morning? Just everything. I wonder how Ted's broken his arm.
Yeah. Your youngest.
I'm thinking about how's he going to sleep tonight. What if he's uncomfortable in his sleep?
Yeah. Yeah.
What can I do?
Literally.
If he doesn't have a good sleep, what can I do anyway?
This is it. This is something that I'm slowly learning, that to not worry about things that I can't control.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, no matter what, when your son wakes up in the morning, if he says, "Mom didn't sleep well," then you'll deal with it then. Yeah. Because you always deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like just trying to reprogram your mind to be like, just to stop.
Yeah.
And be like, I can't control that. Let me control what I can control today, like the load of washing that needs to be done, or X, Y, Z, you know?
I do get frustrated having to ask though. That's where the resentment comes in, because I get frustrated having to ask, and I feel my other half would say, but you didn't, if I haven't said it and I get annoyed, you didn't ask me.
Yeah.
And then I feel I shouldn't have to, half of me is I shouldn't have to ask, and the other half is stop being stubborn and just ask. If that's all it is, just say, can you do that whilst I'm out? Can you do that and I'll do this?
Yeah.
And I don't. I do both things and then I hate him after.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get a choice.
Yeah.
And he goes, I would have done it
if you gave me a chance.
Yeah, well, it's too late now.
Yeah, literally, I've done it. That's me. I'll be like, can you just pass me? I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
I'm already doing it as I'm answering. Because I'm just thinking, the amount of time it's going to take me to say, I could have done it and done it my way. But what I'm starting to learn is just to be like, just say.
Oh, I always change our house around, and I'll be like, Mark, can you help me move the front room around? And then 5 seconds later, he's coming in, I've got a sofa on my back.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's
you
me.
didn't help me.
Yeah, that's me.
Give me a chance.
Yeah, just to stop and be like, just to actually let them do it. But they're so slow that sometimes they walk backwards. It's like they're walking backwards. Yeah, but because we're constantly like boom, 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 we do everything on the clock. Every 10 minutes is something that you need to do. Yeah. It's like in your mind, you're like, I can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait. Could be done by now.
But it's a blessing that we both have laid back, chilled partner. Because if there was two people in a house that was like that.
But you wouldn't attract each other if you were. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you attract what you need to balance you. Yeah. You know, like I couldn't be, if Lloyd was someone who would always tell me what to do, wouldn't work. Yeah. Wouldn't work. If he was the one who was like, I want to lead you, no. I don't know how to be with someone like that. Yeah. I need to be like, I want to send you this, and I tell you kind of what to do sometimes, and you can give me your advice on other things. And like if we book a holiday, Lloyd is amazing at checking what's around the area, and I don't mind picking the hotel, you know. Yeah. But it's like it's the balance. Yeah. So it is a lot, and it's a lot of like having to over communicate sometimes with them, because. Like sometimes I'll be like, can you go in the drawer and get the black socks with the polka dots on, like to the T, having to say all of that. But then it's just extra labor, the extra burden of having to talk, because I talk all day to the kids and I'm having to talk to you and having to tell you step by step how I want you to do it. And something that I've had to learn is that he's going to do it in his own way. And no way is the better way.
Well,
no, no way is a better way. Like I used to be like, no, my way is the best way. But it's like we both stepped into parenthood the same time.
I really struggle because, and I catch myself and I have to bite my tongue. Yeah. Because I will say to Mark, like I watch him doing something that I've done 1,000 times. He's doing it differently. Yeah. And I have to bite my tongue because often I'm like, oh, you're doing it like that. And he'll say, what's wrong with that? And I'm,
nothing. Just I'm just intrigued. Yeah.
I just wanted to learn a different way myself. And I'll sit there and I can literally be like,
yeah, literally. Yeah. Wanting to fix what he's doing. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Like it's all of that. It is all of that. So 4 kids.
4 kids.
Did you always want 4 kids?
I didn't want any kids.
Oh.
I wanted
a dog.
Nope, got 2 of them and I don't want them.
Your house must be...
My house is like a rescue. So I've got...
Wow.
Not a rescue for animals, a waifs and strays. That's what it is.
Okay.
And I don't want to offend my whole family, but my partner, he's got hearing loss. Partially.
Yeah, because I wanted to touch on your kids.
Yeah. So my partner has his partial hearing loss.
Yeah.
My eldest son, autistic. My girls, they're just twins.
Yeah.
They're just their own.
Yeah.
Ted has ADHD or is ADHD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right word.
Yeah.
And partially deaf. So it's a lot. And I'm pretty sure from having Sonny, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of ASD, autistic traits in there. But it's a lot to go through the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so they're my humans.
Yes.
And then I've got a rescue rabbit, and I've got one dog with in heart failure, like as we speak. And it's been going on for a long time.
Oh no.
He's holding on, bless him, and he's a puppy. He has no clue, but he will not let go. And then my other dog.
How can you laugh? He will not let go.
The thing is, the vets told us when he was 12 weeks.
Yeah.
He's now 18 months, so we were prepared.
Okay.
But he's lovely.
Oh, he's
and
a
then
warrior.
my other dog's got one eye. So we all hobble about indoors. We're like, so I always say we're like wasting strays. Everyone come to us.
Everyone's just got their own little.
Yeah,
we just got their own little things
we're
going on.
Inclusive.
We don't.
Welcome. We don't. Yeah, everyone's welcome. We don't judge.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of different people.
Yeah.
In our house.
So mothering children that have ADHD and are on the on the spectrum. How was that?
So Sonny, we kind of from a baby, I didn't know retrospectively.
Yeah.
We didn't have a good time. The first year of his life, we didn't have a good time. He wasn't a baby. He didn't want to be held.
Yeah.
He just wasn't. He cried a lot.
Yes.
And obviously I was like, he probably was crying because I was didn't like physical touch, bless him. And I didn't know. He was overwhelmed. Of course you didn't know. With sensory stuff.
Yeah.
So we
because that's
both
what I'm saying,
cried a lot.
But do you remember when we were talking about how people give you all this information and they don't take into context that your children might need.
Yeah. So when people were like swaddle the baby, he was
looking at you.
He was almost in physical pain when I was. Come on, he was screaming because I was doing that.
But you don't know.
I didn't know. Yeah. So we cried. Both of us cried for about a year.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And then when he was 2, it kind of was brought up in nursery. A lot of things he done was just people say it's terrible 2s.
Yeah.
And it's only because they carried on. It didn't come terrible 3, 4, 5. That they were like
6, 7.
Yeah. So it's a long process. Anyone going for an assessment and trying to get a diagnosis, I absolutely feel for because it's disgustingly long.
Yeah.
To get the help you need. And I know the diagnosis is not the be all and end all, but it opens so many doors to so much more help.
Yeah.
And just understanding.
Yeah. And just support as well, even for you to kind of like mother him. Because like sometimes you're like, if you don't have the diagnostic, you're like, is it something that I'm doing? Yeah. Do I need to?
And you go from thinking I'm a bit of a shit mum to being, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a whole complete.
This is it. I don't have the tools.
We've got different,
Yeah, I don't have the tools because I'm not, I don't have the knowledge as well. So, yeah.
So he was diagnosed about 7.
Okay.
And he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's so
taking it in stride.
Clever.
Yeah.
He's so academic.
Yeah.
Just struggles socially.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But he's 10 and he can code.
Yeah.
And he can do all that cool stuff.
Wow.
He's into computing.
Yeah.
STEM subjects. That's his kind of thing. But it's just the at home when he was younger and he didn't understand his autism and he didn't, because now he knows, he's very aware and he understands what autism is.
Yeah.
It was hard because he would have his like meltdowns.
Yeah.
And hurt himself. And it was a lot. It was a lot of big emotions.
Yeah.
That you can't do anything about.
Yeah.
And neither can he.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sunny now. He's cool. He's chill. He's chilled out.
Yeah.
Just socially.
He puts his energy into things that he loves.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful that he's got that, you know?
And now I'm much more confident. Even over the last year, I've become much more confident being an advocate for him.
Yeah.
Because I was too worried to say things before, and I don't even know why. But now, if we go out, I will happily say he's autistic.
Yeah.
If people, the dentist, go to touch him, grab him, do whatever, I have to say, he's autistic.
Yeah.
It's almost like physical pain for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He feels it in such a way.
Yeah. He goes into fear mode as well.
So he struggles with a lot, and now I'm much more comfortable. Being an advocate for him.
Yeah, that's lovely because he has a voice in you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So we're getting there. But Ted is a whole different ADHD. Is a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
He is.
Ted is Robin's youngest.
Ted's 6.
Mm.
And Jesus Christ, he made it very clear for him that he was going to be my last.
Mm-hmm.
He might as well have said it when he was born.
That's it now, Mom.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
That's his first words.
He was, so with Ted, my labour with Ted, he literally shot out in 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
And he hasn't stopped running since, right?
He hasn't stopped since. And I just knew, but his labour, I was in the ambulance, I was saying, he's there. He's come. No, he's not. Sit down. I cannot sit down. I was like, I can't. Yeah. There's a head there.
Literally. And it's your 4th child as well. So it's kind of like, I know what I'm talking about.
Like that bulge was not there before.
Literally. I think I'd know.
I'm pretty sure it's a head.
Yeah. It's not a poo. Because why is it coming out of me, you know?
So we got in, the paramedics got me in, and I was like, I've told her there's a head there. Is there? And the midwife were like, oh, yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
And that was it. He was born. So it's like 7 minutes.
Oh, my goodness. He said, I'm here.
Yeah. And he said he's been non-stop ever since. Like he walked at 10 months. Can you imagine though, 10 months they're little. He's quite little anyway, but 10 months and it didn't look natural.
My son walked at 8.5.
It doesn't look natural.
Even now he's like,
looks like a newborn.
Yeah, he's gonna be 2, right? And he's like here, look, he's like here. And people are like, how old is he? I'm like, he's very tiny, I know. He looks like he's 1.
Yeah.
It's really odd. And like their legs look weird.
Yeah, it didn't look
and they don't even crawl. They just start running. Yeah.
Yeah, he just pulled himself up and was off.
Got somewhere to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just
him.
So he was up and gone ever since, and then he's like he has split his head open twice.
Oh, wow.
Don't call social services. It's not me, it's him.
I can imagine he just jumps off chairs and
The first time he jumped off a bed onto a toy box but missed and headbutted the toy box, split his head open, and he was like 2.
And he's looking at you
3.
like you're mad, like.
Well, then I panicked. I screamed.
Of course you did.
And he looked at me like,
chill.
I'm right.
Literally,
like,
it's part of the game, Mum.
This
literally.
is warm blood. Fine. It's absolutely fine. So then. That was the first time, and he didn't care. 3 months later, he done it the second time.
The same part of his head?
Yeah, same. Well, he's done his above his eyebrow and one here.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the time. Well, I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
That I was like stemming the blood.
Yeah.
And he went, "Can I go and play now?" And I was, "Your head is
your
head's open.
Do you think I want to be here and hold your head, babe?
Yeah. So
I want you to go and play.
Yeah. So he hasn't stopped since. So everything. He just broke his arm on Wednesday, and I do say to my other half, I'm waiting for the knock. Because they must see kids come in, they're like, Jesus, because he just has he's running into things, he's rolling on the floor, he's just so rough. Yeah. Everything he does is rough.
Yeah.
But he is just wild. And he bless him.
He's just chill. He's just in it.
He's so happy.
And that is what's important, is that like he's so free. And do you sometimes look at him and think, I want to be more like that?
Yeah, no.
Not rough, not splitting your head open, but kind of just
he has no care.
Doesn't care. Like
no care in the world.
I think that's what I find beautiful looking at my kids, is that they just are happy just to be here, you know, and the small things will just literally bring them so much joy. And I think I'm here stressing and all of that, and look at them.
Yeah. They're
Ted happy.
Loves a good box, and he's 6, so he's quite young for his age.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Like he's still quite, but give him a box and a stick.
Yeah.
And he's well away.
Sorted.
He has no interest in he's not been a kid that's ever got, you know, when kids become obsessed with like Peppa Pig
Yeah,
and it moves on.
yeah.
So Sonny's like Roblox and
Yeah,
Minecraft.
yeah,
now. Nothing. He likes everything and nothing.
Okay.
He's just happy to be.
Just happy to be here.
But he's hard work.
Just goes with the wind, yeah.
He's hard work.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And he's,
as your last as well.
He has the
and
worst
the youngest.
tantrums.
Yeah.
He gets angry.
Yeah.
I love him, but I would not be his friend.
Yeah. If he wasn't my kid.
If he wasn't,
yeah, I wouldn't pick him.
He wouldn't be a person that I'd gravitate towards.
Yeah, wouldn't chill for 6-year-old.
But I just,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. So, advice. Any advice to any mothers that are, you know, like you said, feel like they might have a child that's got ADHD or autism? Any advice going down the route of, you know, getting a diagnostic or, you know, any advice? I said any advice 500 times.
It's really,
Advice?
It's difficult because my advice would be don't take anyone's advice. And I know it's so cliche to say you know your own child, but if they don't tick certain boxes that you see on the NHS website, but you're still wondering, so if you're wondering, but then what is wrong? And I know you shouldn't, but we do. We go, well, what's wrong with mine then?
Yeah.
All of that means nothing.
Yeah.
Because there is so much more to being on the spectrum.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways of being a child on the spectrum.
Yeah.
But you have to fight for everything. That is the struggle. You have to fight. When you've got children that need extra additional needs. If they need, so at the moment we're going through the process of EHCP, which is Educational Healthcare Plan.
Okay.
And it is like gold dust to get one because it's all about the money and the budget. Okay. You have to fight for everything.
Are they very?
It's worth it.
Yeah. Do they just kind of give it to certain?
Yeah.
They don't want to give it to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't. Yeah. I'm in a advice group, and there's a woman with a child with cerebral palsy, and she got declined. And if there's not a child that needs, because it's about giving like a budget and what a child is legally entitled to the same education as any other neurotypical child.
Yeah.
And it's about finding ways of kind of moving the barriers, breaking the barriers so they can still, in their own way, access the same level of education.
Yeah.
So that is, but everything is a fight, everything. And I think my advice would be to find your support network. Yeah. Even if it's just one other mum, so you can bounce off of each other. Yeah. Because it's tiring, it's depressing. Yeah. And it's so easy for someone in a professional who you think is a professional, well, they're in a professional role. Yeah. For them to say one thing and you then question everything. Yeah. You're like, well, they said that I don't need to do that, or they said this. Yeah.
So you need to get advice from different professionals. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think,
because sometimes some people these professionals miss
they do
a lot of things, and it's kind of just like they see so many children as well that they're kind of just like, like, you know, they're in this professional role, but they're not really doing their job to
and
a high level.
They're amazing, and they've trained. Yeah, they've done their qualifications. Yeah. However, if you don't have a neurodivergent child or a special needs child, then they will never know. Yeah, because they're kind of looking at everything from paper and that's what
like
it is.
Graphs
everything's on paper. Everything's what they've learned in online textbook, whatever they do for their qualifications. It's not through lived experience, and sometimes you need lived experience. Yeah. Like I said to you earlier, now I've got the 2 boys. Yeah. I diagnose everyone. Yeah. By accident. Yeah. Not necessarily. I mean, I did question you.
Yeah. She asked me if I had ADHD. Yeah. For the people in the comments.
I look at someone or I hear someone and I think, oh, bit of autism. Bit of autism, that one. And you learn it. But you're living it. So it's different. Like, because I was saying to Robin, like before we filmed, she's the first person that's made me think like, maybe I should seek, some help, because people in my comments would just be coming from TikTok and be like, I saw a video of this girl who had ADHD, and I feel like and I feel like you remind me of her, and it's just like, you don't know me day to day, or like my upbringing, and because all these things play a part as well, you know. So I don't think it's necessarily about an adult. Well, it will help people getting a diagnosis in adulthood, but just like when I was saying, I wear those loop earplugs now because I get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Just learning your little quirks.
Yes. Yeah. And being self-aware about them, and also trying to find a solution if you do feel overstimulated every single day.
Yeah.
Trying to find somewhere where you can kind of take the heat off a bit.
Yeah. If there's any way of coping, it's worth it.
Yes.
And whether that is accessing things that are advertised for neurodivergent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone gets overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah. They do. Advice if you're pregnant. Come on.
Advice if you're pregnant.
If you're pregnant and you know it's your first pregnancy, look at Robin's face. She's just like, pregnancy?
You're too far in. You've gone too far.
Having a baby, what?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Pregnant. Just, you treat, people work through, I was really lucky. I didn't work for it.
Yeah.
But rest as much as you can.
Yeah.
And treat yourself as much as you can, whether that is just at home, having a nice evening and stuff.
Yeah.
Because everything changes, and that's not to scare anyone. I don't want to scare anyone.
Yeah.
But no one told me.
Yeah.
And I hated my life.
Yeah. No, it's true.
No one warned me.
Yeah. Because you don't realize how constant motherhood is.
Yes. Yeah. And even when
it's
they're
not
asleep,
something.
the baby sleeps, and you're like,
literally. Yep. Are they breathing? Yeah. And you've just become this like staring over their cot.
Yeah.
And even when you do sleep, you're not really sleeping. It's just all of that. And just knowing that, like, and I say this to like friends that want to have kids, and I say this to my friend who's pregnant, and I say, your life is going to change, but that doesn't mean you can't do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
It just takes more planning.
Exactly. And it is that. Everything is
a plan. And like, if you want to go on holiday, you can do that. You can take your child on holiday, but just know that it's not going to be what you're seeing on social media. It's not going to be like, obviously it's going to be lovely. First holiday, second holiday, whatever it is, you're going to have beautiful memories and everything. However, the reality is it's going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
There are moments where you're going to think, why the hell did I do this?
Yeah. And I think if you have pre-warning and you know that, and you've got people around you that are honest about that, you won't mourn it. Because I mourned my life from before.
Yes, I can imagine. And you were younger. You were young as well.
So I really went through a phase of resenting everything.
Yes.
But if you have that expectation and you know, you can still have good times.
Yes.
Like, I take the kids on holiday and it's amazing. I love taking the kids on holiday.
Yes.
But it's just, if you know what to expect a little bit, the honest, not the Instagram expectations.
Yes, exactly.
Then I think.
But the thing is, what's difficult about that though is that not everybody is ready for the truth.
No.
Because with me, I'm the type of person that like, you can tell me the brutal truth. Like my mom knew that she could come to me and say, it's going to be the hardest thing you're ever going to do, but you're going to be fine to do. But some women that are just about to have their kids are a different type of woman, which is completely fine. You know, some people have to experience it without you having to say it's going to be hard.
Yeah. Because
sometimes, like, for example, if you're not very self-aware, and someone's coming to you and saying, it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever had to do, it might freak you out. Mm-hmm. And then you become resentful to that person because you might have a great experience of being a mum.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the same.
Yeah. See, that's.
Which is bonkers to me. We were saying this earlier, like, really?
Yeah,
I do enjoy it.
I do forget that
some people do.
Times.
Some people absolutely love it. Some people absolutely think like it's the best thing. Obviously, this is the best thing I've ever had to do. I love my kids, all these things. I shouldn't have to say all this because duh. Yeah. But I mean, some people honestly are just like, I could have 100 more kids.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. And it is really hard to put my mind there because I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah.
But I'm talking for the people who might not enjoy it, might, resent their life, might resent their partner, might have all these aspirations and feel like having their child stopped all of that.
So basically the advice is to anyone pregnant, don't listen to anyone.
Yeah. Don't
listen.
Yeah.
Anyone that comes up and says, it's such like
you're gonna have it's so wonderful. Newborn bit, it's just lovely. You're in your own bubble.
But also at the same time, when I come and say you're mad.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
But when I come and say, it's going to be really hard, they can be colicky. Don't listen to that either.
Yeah.
Because you might have.
This is it. You don't know the journey that you're going to have. I just think if you go in it with both minds, that it could be amazing and it could be really hard, and just be honest with yourself that it's not going to be what you imagine it to be. Because even if you have a great support system, if you have loads of money in the bank, if all of these things, void.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't stop anything.
It doesn't stop anything. Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah.
Even with your labor, you can't control your labor.
Yeah.
Don't try and go into it and be like, I can control. Even if you're amazing at doing your breathing and your body will do what it needs to do. Your body will push. Yeah. Your body will do all. So I think
I had a birth plan.
I think everybody does.
I wrote, NCT made me write an airy fairy.
Birth plan. Yeah. Yeah. Literally, you can't control it. Because what if you go in?
Why would we do that? That was really depressing. Actually.
Because then you think, oh my gosh, I haven't had the plan that I wanted. Yeah. And I think that's what they should be telling people in these classes. Like, your labor will be what it will be.
Yeah,
and that is okay.
People that I want to have this water birth with all this well music, and they actually get every single. I don't think there's many. It can't be. No. And even if they do, they focus so much on the labor that they haven't thought about postpartum. Yeah. You know? Because you can have, like I said, the girls were easy. The twins.
Yeah.
Easy babies.
Yeah.
They were babies.
Yeah.
They were normal babies.
Yeah.
However, did I still get postnatal depression? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember thinking, why am I depressed when they're doing what babies should do?
Yeah.
They're not being any worse. They're just.
Yeah.
What everyone tells you to expect.
Yeah.
They cry when they're hungry, they cry when they're wet, and they was doing that, and I was still depressed. Yeah. I was like, why? I've been blessed with twins.
Yeah, because you think both align with each other. They don't.
And it doesn't. Because your brain.
Your brain, your hormones, all the things, just everything. Like, it's everything combined together. And then you're still having to live life. Mm-hmm. You're still having to pay bills. You're still having to communicate with your partner. Still having to figure out if your family's okay. It's not like some things stop and you can focus on being no, life still goes on. So it's just juggling it all. That was amazing, Robin. Sorry, that was me. That was me just closing it. Like, this is why people think I've got Tourette's, all these things. Anyway, thank you so much, Robin. That was amazing. Why was you nervous?
I am nervous.
Why was you nervous?
I really needed a wee halfway through.
Are you joking?
For some reason.
Could you sip some water?
And then I was doing my toes and I was like, I wonder if Lloyd can tell that I'm starting to fidget because I need a wee.
No.
You know when the kids start doing that?
No, I didn't even notice. Okay, that always happens. But thank you so much for coming on to the debrief. I've had an amazing time speaking to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming, traveling from Cornwall. I appreciate you. And I hope you also have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Even if you walk around in circles.
In the sun.
In the sun.
No children.
With your shades. Literally, just walking in circles. And then you're like, okay, let me go back home now, you know? Yeah. But yeah.